how to beat your competition on Amazon before ever spending $1. So this is a strategy that I've watched Isabella implement over the years. It works very, very effectively. I know a lot of people do it. We do it ourselves. I do it with my own brands. And it is basically, how do you make sure that you can beat the competition without ever going live on Amazon and wasting so much money just to find out that you can beat them? This is a step-by-step instructional video on how you can optimize your images and your main image specifically to beat your competition. I'm joined by Isabella with Ritz Momentum, a close friend and someone that's been helping a ton of Amazon sellers. She's here to show us exactly how to do this. This is something that I struggled with for a very long time, and that's why I brought her here. She's an expert. She does this for hundreds of brands on Amazon. She's launched brands from zero. She's helped brands who are successful become even more successful. Isabella, thank you for joining us. Give us a little bit of a background on Ritz Momentum and what you're going to be showing us today.
Hey, Mina, thank you for having me here. And of course, I'm pleasant to be in front of you guys and share what we do in Ritz Momentum. We're doing the product research and validation and the branding to make sure you can beat your competitors before you spend a dime of inventory, like Mina said, and to make sure you will be able to convert your sales when people are coming into your listing, because you can spend thousands and thousands of dollars when you are going on Amazon on PPC and on inventory. But if nobody wants to buy your product, generally speaking, you fail. You can always fix the marketing. You can never fix the product. So that's why we have to make sure your product customized very well before you're launching it. So yeah, this is what we do. We're trying to reduce your risks before you're actually going to spend your investments.
And this not only works for trying to reduce your risk, which is huge, right? Because when I launched on Amazon, I gambled. I said, I think I'm going to love this product. Maybe I gave it to a few friends. I remember when I launched MMA Nutrition Energizer, I gave it to a bunch of friends and I said, what do you think? And everyone said, I love it. And by the way, I just discontinued that product. It launched January 2021, I believe. And I finally discontinued it after however many years. And it was on average making between -50 to +$25 a month in profit. So after all of these years, and this was a big part of it came from not having proper market research and not being able to beat the competition. I just took a gamble and I trusted what my friends thought. So we're using data. Like, Amazon's becoming very, very competitive. So now we're using data. Everything's data driven. And this is not only if you're launching, right? This is also if you have a product that's existing live on Amazon. You can, with the same marketing effort, the same campaign, you can double the amount of your sales by getting twice as much click-through rate because your main image is better, which happens through this testing that you're going to show us. So can you share your screen? Let's jump right in. Tell us how you think about it and how should we do it.
So I will show you very fast and very quickly the approach when we've been doing the product customization. Long story short, how we chose this product. We've been choosing it back in October when it was like the Q4, and Q4 is very tricky about like the data because a lot of niches haven't spiked. And when people are doing the product research, they're like, oh, this niche will give me a lot of money. But no, you have to be aware because the spikes are there. And when time comes, you might lose all your sales because you just were not aware that it was the spike and some keywords been changing. Anyhow, we chose the product as a case study, which is like entrepreneurial mug for women. And we had different type of the keywords here to choose. And we decided to go as a unisex because with this specific product, we can target and male and female. And at the same time, when we've been looking at the data, like as you can see my slides on the left, I'm not going to dive into them because we're very short and limited on time, but we've been looking at what products people are actually buying when they're looking for the boss gift. And we find out that a lot of products are being bought are candles and mugs. So in here, what we've been doing, we started developing the mug and the candle at the same time. And when it comes to the product customization, we created different type of the copywriting. But again, it doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what you think, it matters what market thinks. And after we created 5 different type of the copywritings for the mugs, we created 5 different type of the copywritings for the candles. And then we had to test them out and find out which one is actually people would love to buy before we'll jump into the design.
Step number 1 is you want to test the design. So you're going to come up with a few ideas on the design. How are you coming up with these ideas? And then step number 2, you're going to test your concepts before actually like going into like production. You can also test 3D renders, I assume. If you have a good graphic designer, you can have them come up. with mockup. Okay, so can you go to the homepage and show us how to create a poll?
Sure, we can do that too. And this is something I wanted to actually show you guys. This is the pickfu.com. So when we are going to the dashboard, right? So like we want to start a new poll where clicking here on the right side, we have different type of the polls we can do. We have to do like design your own poll because we are building usually from scratch. We're asking the question and you have some clues and some recommendations from the Pickfu. Make sure your question that you're asking people will be specific, because if you're asking people if they're shopping on Amazon, which product they want to buy, or if you're shopping for candle that you want to give as a gift for your boss, which one you're going to buy, and then you want to test them against competitors. So for example, here, if I am testing my product against competitor, I am asking if you were shopping on Amazon, which product would you rather to buy? And then I am adding here the options for people, right? So I can add option 1, option 2, and option 3. And as you can see here, we will jump into this a little bit later. This is the options we've been adding to the poll. So then you can add here what poll do you want to do. You can do open-ended when you just ask people questions. You can ask people to star, so to give you some type of the ratings. And Nina is very excited about ratings when it comes to Amazon product. And he's always saying, it doesn't matter how many reviews you have, even it matters. It also matters what is the rating. And if your rating is like 3.7, the conversion rate will be pretty bad. So same is here. We want people to star your product. We have also click test, but we will not jump here because it's a little bit more complicated. But if you want to test your product against competitor, you're using head-to-head. And if you're testing yourself against competitor, or you're testing only the designs you created, you can also use ranked. What does it mean? For example, you have 3 different designs, right? And you want to people make choices like, if I would not buy this one, which one I'm going to buy? And in this case, even you have like 3 options. Sometimes one of the products will have bigger rank, then even it will be a less amount of votes, because it will be like the second choice for somebody. So we love to do open-ended and ranked, and we also do click test and head-to-head. It depends on the situation. We use all of them. The audience is very important. If you're just touching the water, you're not making the final decision, we recommend to do 50. Don't go with 15. It's like too small audience. But when you're testing something like as a final design and or final picture, main picture that you want to make sure it will convert, try to do 100. Like 100 people is a good audience that will give you like enough of understanding what is going on. Pickfu is great right now with the audience because they added Australia, Canada, Germany, and UK. Make sure you are not trying to go with United States if you're going to sell in Germany, because those 2 mentalities are absolutely different. People that will buy some type of products in Germany will never buy them in the United States, and vice versa. So it's different type of the audience, different type of the buyers. So if you're going to sell in Europe, in Germany, ask those and don't ask people that are living in the United States. You can also choose here target audience. You can do random, you can do targeted. We love targeted when we need already some specifics, and there are plenty of different audiences here, such as like pet owners. Amazon Prime members is something that we're always using. So we need to ask people that actually buying on Amazon. So that's why we're always choosing like by default Amazon Prime members. And you can also identify people based on gender, political affiliation, age, sexual orientation, and all this stuff. So like you can go through all this list and pick the one that you really want to. Again, you should do it when you're finalizing already your polls, your decisions, and then you're pretty much done. You're just going to the checkout. You can add promo code if you have it. Then you're going to continue to check out. You add your credit card, and then you start your poll. So, and if I will come back, this is how we're generally speaking creating the poll in Pickfu. And what we did, we tested 3 different type of the copywritings, and one of them won 72 against 24 and 4, and all of them are ours. And because we had 5 of them, we had to test out another one, right? So we tested the winner against others, and again, we got the same score. Perfect. We're going with this specific one. And then we tested the copywritings for the candle, and because we've been using this one for the candles as well. People loved it. Again, keep in mind, this is something trending because we're all using some type of the devices and people love to click on and off. And it's also some type of association that is happening with people. After we chose what copywriting we're going to go with, we had to choose what type of the shape we are going like when we're choosing the mug. And we've been testing different type of shapes, and we have one shape that we got as a winner. And this is how, like, what you can see when your poll is winning. And this is where like we've been able to come up with the type of shape that we will be applying the design on. So we have this winner here, same thing, but then we ask people what they prefer to buy, candle or the mug. So we have another decision like, oh, okay, so maybe some people will want to buy one versus another, but we've been kind of a little bit tricky. We decided to create both, and I will show you how people decide at the end. Then we've been going through the packaging, because when you create the product, you have to think about the package. You cannot just say like, okay, I'm putting my product into the carton box and nothing. Like, it doesn't matter. It does matter because every single time you have a box is increasing the conversion. And if it's a gift box is increasing conversion by a lot, especially if you put some type of information on top. We tested it out. We got a winner in both cases. The winner is a box with a bow. Very interesting. We didn't expect it. We thought it would be like craft box or something like that, or cylinder one, but no, we got a winner. We also we are very detailed. So when we're choosing the gift boxes, we've been even tested like bow against the bow. And like you can see here, one of them was a winner. And then we applied the design that with the copywriting we created on the same mug, and we created different type of the designs, and we've been testing these designs against each other. Same thing we did with the candles, and I believe I applied, I will show you. Yeah, we created the box, and the box, like, we got the winner with the same, also with the same pattern. And here's something interesting I want to get your attention. We've been testing the candle we created against the competitor. So because you cannot be excited right here that you have a winner against yourself. You have to be excited when you win your competitor. And as you can see, we lost. So we read everything people told us, because in your polls, when you're launching the poll, you can read what people are saying. You can read their comments, what they're talking about the product you're doing the poll. And then we implemented everything people told us. And here you can see we already won. This is the poll inside of the Pick4 account. We won 62-38, and we can see demographics. We can see all insights, what people have been telling about. That's weird. We can check what people have been talking about our product. So what else we still can do better, and how we improved it, and why people love this product. So now we already know, like, we're going on Amazon where our product is better than our competitors. So we have very lower risk to launch the product. We also been doing the same with the mug. Mug won immediately. So okay, we don't have to redo anything about this product. And then we created the boxes, both of these products with the boxes. And here's something that I was telling you about. Remember when we've been checking, do you want to buy a candle or the mug? And people have been saying us right here that they want to buy a mug versus candle. And here 3466, candle is losing. And when we customize the product, and this product is already in a gift box, we can see that people change their mind. And now we have designed mug, designed candle, and they're almost 50-50. It's 58-42. So in this case, we're deciding that we're going with both of these products. And the last poll we're launching, we're asking people, what do you actually think about the product? And here ratings came up is 4.1. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, we've been everything on the side of this mug, and everything's supposed to be great. And we had all 5 stars. Some of the people said I think 4 stars, and we found one that actually dropped our rating by a lot, because someone said it's a mug specifically for a boss, so it has a target audience. I'm like, yeah, that's correct. So we got one person who was not the actual target audience of this product, and they said some like BS that we didn't want to hear. I mean, we wanted to hear, we just didn't want to have 2 stars. So genuinely speaking, if I will add this 5 stars here, we will be at the rating like 4.8, 4.9, which is a good thing to know before you launch your product. So this is pretty much like the blueprint of the design of the approach you're supposed to use. And I understand I was speaking pretty fast, so you have to rewatch this video like step by step to follow like where we do the copywriting, how we're testing, how we do the design and all these choices. And you can repeat it by yourself. Just make sure when you do that, you do not hesitate to run another poll, because the polls will make sure you will make the right choices. If the choice will be wrong, you will just waste the money. So you can put more efforts up front and lose less money later, instead of just doing opposite. And don't be based on your personal opinion, because your personal opinion is your personal experience, and the experience of other people are different.
You spend money on 20 polls, it's $1,000. And I mean, if you launch a product that's not good, that's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars wasted, or at least not even wasted, but you know, it's a lesson and you learn the lesson, but you learn it in a much more expensive way. So I love that approach. Now, to summarize this step by step, step number 1, obviously go to PickFu, so you're prepped and ready to go. Step number 2 is come up with your concepts and split test the different concepts. Then keep refining those concepts over time. What you can do is you can put your competitors up against each other and draw from what people say. So even if you don't have a product in the 4 competitors, you can have your top 4 competitors and say, which one would you choose and why? And then go and see why people are choosing each one of them and pick your favorite pieces. Keep building, your product until it's the best, and keep testing against polls. Once you've done all the testing against yourself with the schematic and then the final mock-up, the 3D render, and you feel like you have the best design against yourself, go and test against your competitors. Keep doing that. And then once you do beat your competitors, go and test for the best presentation and the best packaging and the best main image against your competitors until you have a clear winner. And then, some rules is you can use 50 people per poll. When you're doing the final poll, you want to use like at least 100 people, so you can have a good statistical significance. Does that sum it up?
Yep, you did it absolutely how it's supposed to be. It's a great summarizing.
Amazing. So this is something that I think is becoming more and more valuable, because it used to be a lot easier to like launch on Amazon, but it's getting more and more difficult, and it's getting more and more competitive. This is something that you do. Sometimes I want to do this myself, right? To get the insights. Sometimes I don't have time, and I just push it off to Isabella and I say, hey, can you please do this? We send her our clients too for this specific thing. So feel free to reach out. Isabella, I'm going to put your links below. Where can people find you?
Below this video, ritzarm.com, LinkedIn, Isabella Ritz, and of course, any type of the social media, but our website is the easiest way to go about. The moment you're filling out the form, my team will contact you pretty fast.
And Isabella has, a full audit, so a free full audit. So basically, she can go take a look at your listing. Do you want to kind of share one of those audits?
I can share one of them, like that was recently one person came to us. And when we do an audit, we feel this fiduciary responsibility to tell you guys if you're selling something wrong, because sometimes people are bleeding so much money on products. So when we're doing the product analytics, we're looking at the product, we're telling you like if this product actually good to keep going, or like you'll be like wasting money. We're looking at the keyword traffic and distributions. We're looking at your competitors. This is like one of the recent ones. We're checking how you can improve your SEO, and we do it by data dive. We're looking at your keywords via Helium 10, and we're of course analyzing where you're at, where your competitors are at. We're looking at your listing, and we are looking at your EBC content to analyze where you can improve, because it's about conversion. If your conversion is bad, you are wasting money. And of course, we're looking at the competitors to make sure you understand where you're at and where your competitors are. And if your price sometimes is like higher, lower, and etc. And we're also analyzing every single picture, and we're analyzing every single picture against your competitors as well via data dive. I believe we don't have the slide here. We're analyzing the reviews. We're checking what you can improve, what you cannot. And we're sometimes different type of the listings, they have different type of the insights and like some type of the recommendations, and they cannot be all the same. Like And at the end of our analysis, we're giving you recommendations, what you should and shouldn't do. And if you want to go with us, we're helping you to improve everything. And if not, then you just know what to do next. And all this surface analytics for clients that are coming from Mina are free. So you just
I love
you
it.
just have to tell us like where we came from Mina, please do the analytics for us. And like, for example, this one analytics is just for 5 pages. Some of the analytics takes like 25, some of them are like just 2. So it depends where you're at and what are you looking for.
So definitely take advantage of this, guys. Reach out to Isabella. She's shared a lot of good stuff with us. You know, it always comes down to setting yourself up for success. PPC is the fuel that it gets added to the fire. We can bring people to your listing. I mean, that's the easy part, right? People wanting to buy your product and converting is the hard part. And like I said, just by improving your main image, you can literally, with the same PPC that you have, double your sales, double the amount of people coming into your listing, double your conversions, double everything, because your product is going to be more desirable. And then besides that, everything else that's in the listing. So make sure you're constantly split testing. Thank you, Isabella, for sharing this amazing information. We'll definitely have you back for some more good info.
Of course, anytime. Thank you, Mina, for having me today.